Welcome to the second video where we will showcase the Sacurine workflow. In the previous video, we left you with the imported history with all the datasets required for running the Sacurine workflow, which you should see here on your right at the history part. On this video, we will show how to use this data to run the workflow and analyze it to produce all the results from the Sacurine workflow. If you are running on a deployed VRE or on Amazon or Google Cloud, you will already find the workflow imported here on Workflows. Because this is the public instance and we are using a user in that instance, is that we need to import the workflow into our user space. The same would be the case if we would be using one of the deployed VREs on Amazon or Google, and we wouldn't be using the default admin user. So we will start now by importing the workflow and then running it. So we go to Share Data, Workflows, and we see here that we have use case 3 workflow for metabolomic saccharin imported from uploaded file. So this is the automatically installed workflow file on every phenomenal installation. We put import here. And then we can click on start using this workflow. So we can get a quick view of how the workflow is composed. And this quickly shows us that we have some input data sets that we need to define for the workflow. And 3 running tools, univariate, multivariate, and biosigner. These all do a statistical data analysis on top of some LC-HRMS dataset. So now we will run the workflow, and for that we need to associate the different datasets to the inputs. So we go to Run here in the upper left. And then we have to select each of the inputs and match them with files that we have in our history. So the first input, number 1, we need to select a file called data matrix, which in the case of our imported history is the first one, data matrix.tsv. For the second input, we need to find a file called sample metadata, which is in the case of our history file number 2. And for the third and last input, we select the variable metadata file, which is the third input in our history. Once we have selected this, we will choose to leave all of our result files on a separate history, which we will call Sacurine results. And now we can press Run Workflow. After a while, you will see that the system indicates that the workflow has been initiated and that it will generate all of these files in the new history called Sacurine results. If we press on the history, as I already did, history will change and we will see that files are being generated. So remember, we only inputted the first 3 files. So these are already done. These have now finished after the multivariate step. And biosigner is currently running to generate the last files. While we wait for results, we can see some of the generated files. For instance, one of the files produced by Multivariate, which is a PDF. If we press the I button there, you get a view of the PDF that has been generated. As I said, all of these files have been generated from our run, because the only files that we gave to the run were these initially. We have other results here on PDF from the univariate part. And as you can see now, the biosigner part has finished. You can look into some of the results if you wish. And that shows the successful execution of the Sacurine workflow. Thank you very much for following this video.